Now it's going. All right, shalom, shalom. It's the slaughterhouse open session. We were in the middle of a conversation. So now, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the damn Jews. Fuck them. Um, okay, the evolution thing, right? Isn't that what we were talking about? The whole they think that see. Okay, so all right, this is how they pervert. Remember, they take everything we have and they pervert it, right? They try to do exactly what we do, but they can't do it because they're not allowed to, because it tells them that they're not allowed to. That like you're not allowed to come into the temple. Like Gentiles aren't allowed to come into the fucking temple, especially like uncircumcised of heart. You know what I'm saying? You can't enter the temple; you'll defile it, man. Like that's Um. So and that's what Paul got in trouble for. Remember, that's what they accused Paul of was bringing Gentiles into the temple, which was prophesied of in Ezekiel. Watch, check it. Because in Acts 18, right? Watch, hold on. Let me borrow that. Okay. Look. The I know everybody. New Testament. Blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna start picking everything apart and showing everybody everything. And I don't care what anybody says because y'all motherfuckers is retards. Okay, so here we go. So first off, Ka Halal Yahweh Zaba'awat Akkad. All praises to Yahweh, the Master of Legions, who is one. Shout out to all the Akiam men, you know what I'm saying? Wa Akwath, the brothers and the sisters out there, you know what I'm saying? Holding it down for Yahweh. Everyone else, cut your shit. Okay, so here we go. cut your shit. Okay, so anyways, we're in Acts 21. Piece of shit. Okay, so here we go. We're in Acts 21. Oh shit. Wait, am I in the right thing? I need my. Oh no. Sorry. We're on. Hold on. Damn it. You want to grab me my New Testament? It's on top of my backpack. It's on the floor rack. It's in my room. Yeah, it's on that gray backpack. It's just right on top. Should be just chilling there. So like, I don't have this stupid New Testament annotated, and I don't read it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I know it better than most of the New Testament people that do read the book, which is sad, and I don't even read it that much anymore. I used to, all kinds, but you know. So if anybody, it's a challenge to any of you New Testament cats out there, man. You wanna show and prove that you know your book. Well then,
gotta know.
Bring it. All right, so okay, now I got it. Tabada. Okay, we're in Acts. Shaisa. Okay, hold on. Where is this bad boy at? Is it Acts 21? I could have sworn it was Acts 21. It freaking is Acts 21. Okay, so we're starting at verse 18. See, I hate New Testaments, man. I freaking hate them. I can't navigate them like I do the Torah. I mean, I used to, but I just really don't care about it anymore. Okay, so anyway, it says Acts, right, 21 and 18. It says, in the day following, Paul went in with us unto James, and all the elders were present. Okay, so if James is sitting there, Paul's going to James, and all the elders are present, then why is Paul talking to James and not to Peter if Peter was given the keys to the church and he's the rock founded on and blee 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 blah and all this nonsense, right? Mr. First Pope and shit, right? Okay, so check it. It says, and when he had saluted them, because the real James, because there is a real James, there was a real James, James the Just, they called him James Zadakwa, right? Which James is just Jacob, and Jacob, so it's Yaaquab, Zadakwa was his name. He was spoken of in the book of Josephus. He is also prophesied of in the Dead Sea Scrolls and he's talked of in the Dead Sea Scroll. Him and his brother, who they say is Jesus Yahweh Shah, not Shai. There's no I in Hebrew. It's a like a you know, Yahweh Shah, who is known as the Mawara Zadakwa, or the teacher of righteousness in the Dead Sea Scrolls, also in Joel 2 and 23. But you have to look it up in the Hebrew if you're banging on the KJV, which you guys should really try to, like, you know, wean yourselves from that thing. But if that's what you got to work with, then that's what you got to work with, man. You know what I'm saying? You use what you got, right? Okay, so as long as it's for Yahweh alone. Okay, so check it. It says, and when he had, verse 19, and when he had saluted him, he declared particularly the things that the Most High had wrought among the Gentiles by his ministry. And when they had heard it, they glorified the Lord, right? And said unto him, Thou seest, brother, how many thousands of Jews there are here that believe and are zealous of the law. And they are informed of thee that thou teachest all the Jews which are among the Gentiles to forsake Moses, saying that they ought not to circumcise their children, neither to walk after the customs. So, you know what I'm saying? Because people like to twist it, James wasn't glorifying the Most High for Paul or going around teaching the nonsense. No, he was just glorifying the Most High. And then he chastised Paul. So, start getting on him because he was teaching false. He was going around teaching everybody to forsake Moses. He says, What is it therefore? The multitude must needs come together, for they will hear that thou art come. Do therefore this that we say to thee. We have 4 men which have a vow on them. Take them, purify yourself with them, and be at charges with them, that they may shave their heads, which means that they had a Nazirite vow, and they're about to go do a sacrifice. That's what a Nazirite vow, when you get rid of your locks, right? You have to, it's a sacrifice. He just told Paul to go sacrifice. Paul's running around. By this time, okay, mind you, by Acts 21, right? Paul had already written 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. He also wrote Galatians, which is one of the most blasphemous books. He also wrote 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, the book of Romans. So he was well on his way talking this Jesus fellow, right? Okay. So he by now is like, oh, Jesus is the only one, the only way, blah, 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 right? The only sacrifice. But now here he's being commanded to go sacrifice. And what happens? All may know that those things whereof they were informed concerning thee are nothing. But thou thyself also walkest orderly and keepest the law. So he's like, listen, go do this sacrifice as a test to prove to everyone that you're not doing what everyone's saying that you're doing. And that's why he was testing him with the sacrifice, because Paul was running around saying you don't need no more sacrifices. And so he's like, okay, well, go test yourself, go sacrifice, and show that you walk orderly and keep the law. As touching the Gentiles which believe, and then this is some nonsense. Okay, let's go to verse 26. Then Paul took the men, and the next day purifying himself with them. So Paul took the men and purified himself with them, meaning he did a sacrifice, entered into the temple to signify the accomplishment of the days of purification, until that an offering should be offered for every one of them. So what's up with Paul allowing these sacrifices to go down? And when 7 days were ended, the Jews which were of Asia, when they saw him in the temple, they stirred up all the people and laid hands on him. So now they're laying hands on Paul. And they cried out, oh man, I would be this dude, bro. Cried out, men of Yasharal, help. This is the man that teacheth all men everywhere against the people, which is the Hebrews, against the law and this place, which is the temple, and further brought Greeks also into the temple, and hath polluted this holy place. So look at that. They laid hands on Paul, and they're like, this is that motherfucker, man, that was talking all that shit, running his mouth. Let's get him. And what happens? For they had seen him before him in the city of Trophimus in Ephesian, whom they supposed that Paul had brought into the temple. And all the city was moved, and the people ran together, and they took Paul and drew him out of the temple, and forthwith the doors were shut. And as they went about to kill him, tidings came unto the chief captain of the band, and that Jerusalem was in uproar, who immediately took soldiers and centurions. So the cops got called, and now they're rolling in, and ran down unto them. And when they saw the chief captain and the soldiers, they left from beating Paul. So they saw the cops and they scattered. Sounds very like things happen today, right? They're like, get this motherfucker, and then they start beating his ass, and then 2 seconds later, the cops, and then they take off, right? Yeah, so that's basically what happened. Okay, so check this out. Paul, right? He got accused, right? What did it say? It said, right, verse 28, right? He brought in Greeks into the temple, Acts 21 and 28, right? Which was prophesied, man, that shit would happen. This is the reason why the Levites were in trouble, man. Them Hasmoneans and the remnant of the Levites that were going along with this fuck shit that was with the Romans, you know. They got in trouble for this stuff, man, because look at what they were doing. Let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel. That's in the 40s somewhere. Hold on. This is totally winging it. I did not know I was going to come doing this, but, you know, shit happens. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so we got Ezekiel 44, and we could start at verse 6. Then say to the house of rebellion, so the house of Yasha'al. So we some rebellious ass motherfuckers, right? It says, thus saith Yahweh, you have indulged too much in all your abominations. Wow. Indulged too much. Abominations. Tawa Abba, man. What do you know about that, dude? You know? What do you know about that? That is like the most hardcore word that you could say in the Hebrew, man. You know? Tawa Abba. Tawa Awat, man. You know? So anyways, it says, thus saith Yahweh, you indulge too much in all your abominations, O house of Yashar, by bringing in strangers of uncircumcised heart and uncircumcised flesh to be in my sanctuary, to defile my temple when you offer my food, the fat and the blood, and they violated my covenant. In addition to all your abominations, you did not safeguard the charge of my holy places. You set as guardians of my charge in my sanctuary those who were for yourselves. So the Levites started going off, and that's exactly what the Hasmoneans did. You know what I'm saying? Not to rag on the Hasmoneans or the Maccabees or anything, but that's what they did. They allowed the Greeks to set Judas up. They're just like, oh, well, how about we just make you high priest, you know? And he's like, oh, okay. And then they set Jonathan up as high priest, and they set Simon up as high priest, and they just let them, and they just let that happen. And then what? Later on, they started making pacts with the Romans, and then the Romans came in, and then the Herods intermixed with the Levites, and then killed off all the Levites, but left like a remnant that were cooning it. And then now look at what happened. They were letting fucking Greeks into the temple, man, defiling the temple, right? They didn't safeguard the charge, but who did? Check it. Thus saith Yahweh, verse 9. Any estranged person of uncircumcised heart or uncircumcised flesh shall not enter my sanctuary. Any estranged person among the children of Yasharal. But those Levites who distanced themselves from me during Yasharal's straying, when they strayed from me after their idols, they shall bear their iniquity. So that's why the Levites are going through hell right now. This is why, you know, if you're a Levite and your life is fucking just in the shit, and that's why. You know, because the forefathers fucked up bad. Go read Malachi. Is it Malachi 3? Or no, Micah 3. Thus saith Yahweh. Okay, so check it out. Let's get it. Verse 11. They may be attendants in my sanctuary. Ooh, janitors. They may be attendants in my sanctuary, responsible for the gates of the temple, serving the temple. They may slaughter the burnt offerings and the feast offerings for the people. Oh, so they get to slaughter. And they may stand before them to serve them. So they get to stand and help the people. But because they ministered to the people before their idols, and they became a stumbling block of iniquity for the house of Yasharal. Therefore, I have raised my hand against them, the word of Yahweh. They shall bear their iniquity. They shall not approach me to serve me, or to approach my holy places, to the holy of holies, but they shall bear their shame and their abominations which they have committed. Yet I will make them guardians of the charge of the house, for all its service and for everything that is done in it. So they're going to be guardians, you know what I'm saying? But they're, you know, basically janitors. But, right, verse 15, this is the key. Doormen. Yep, the doormen, right? But the Kahanyam, the Lawai, the Levites, descendants of Zadok, the Zadokah, who safeguarded the charge of my sanctuary when the children of Yashar strayed from me. Let them draw near to me to serve me. Let them stand before me to offer me the fat and the blood. So these Zadokites are the ones that kept the charge, which is the so-called Essenes, the Dead Sea Scroll community, right? That community were the Zadokites, the Marawad Zadokah, man, the teacher of the Zadokites, basically is what that means. Like the teacher of righteousness, yes, but Zadok just translates to righteousness, and that Zadok is the name of the high priest that was high priest during David's time. This is descendants from that man. From that man, Zadok goes all the way down to Yahweh Shah, right, of Zechariah 3, which goes all the way down to the other Yahweh Shah, which was of the Dead Sea Scrolls community, known as the teacher of or instructor of the Zadokites. That's who they were. They were the Zadokites. Why everyone else was going off, the Zadokites were keeping the charge. And that's why they get to be the ones to go into the Holy of Holies to do the high priest work. Now the high priests are the Zadokites, who should have been, or they should have set Onias' seed back up, bro. You just read Maccabees, right? Remember they slaughtered out Onias the third? And then they should have set his I think maybe his sons, I think maybe served for like a year or something like that, but they didn't set his seed back up after Antiochus defiled the temple. What happened? The Maccabees, who, yes, the Hasmoneans were of a priestly family, but they were not high priests. They were of the Levites, but they were not high priests. And it says that they took the charge, right? They took the land back and all this stuff, but they didn't set the right Zadokites up back as the high priests. They let the Greeks appoint them, and then they just like rolled with the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they just went with it. The lunar calendar, man. They didn't want to switch over to that. Go back to the Enoch calendar and the Jubilees calendar of the 364. You know, they denied it, bro. They wanted to stay doing the king's birthday celebration every month, celebrating the new moon every month, right? That damn moon worship, the Yah worship, right? The Jah, right? We know the Jah worship, right? The Jabulon, the damn moon, the moon god, man. You know, everybody's doing this shit. But so that was basically what was going on. So you could hit people up with that Acts 21, keep chopping them on it, you know. Make them explain it. Make them, you know, just show them what's up with your boy Paul, man. You know, what's up with Ezekiel? What's up with the Zadokites being brought back? You know, what's up with all this? They have no answers for any of this, and then their answers, even when they do try to give you an answer, it's freaking whack. The whackness. I think there's a movie called The Whackness. Pretty funny. Okay, so. Yeah, I have no idea how he got in that subject. That was crazy. But anyways, to see the Most High just kind of, and you guys are witnesses, the Most High just kind of drags you to just places when you're talking, just like you're on one thing and then all of a sudden you're on another thing and then you come back. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? The Most High.
So with the scenes, they were the last ones to preserve the scrolls, right? The scripture.
Yeah,
that was the end of it, right? That was the end of the prophets.
Khan.
New Testament.
Yeah, Khan. Yeah. That's Brother Darash. Yeah, that's exactly. See, that's what because the Dead Sea Scrolls, most people don't understand. Most of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay, so everyone's seen my copies of the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? The Dead Sea Scrolls Study Edition. We also have the Dead Sea Scrolls, the new translation. Brother Tabak got that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we have a couple of copies, but I actually have the Hebrew copies. The ones I have, that is all the so-called extra biblical texts. So everything that they have translated, extra biblical so-called, right? That's not in the Tanakh, in the Torah, then that is what I have in those Dead Sea Scrolls, right? That's what everyone gets when they usually get the Dead Sea Scrolls. But what they do not tell you is that, or maybe most people don't know, or hopefully they know, is that the rest of the Dead Sea Scrolls is nothing but scripture. Literally copy upon copy upon copy of Genesis, all the books of the Torah. They have all the books of the Torah in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Copies of them. And then they have the Kamash, which is the Moses' right books. They have that in Paleo-Hebrew. And they also have Job in Paleo-Hebrew. And within the Dead Sea Scrolls writing itself, the extra biblical text, it has the name Yahweh in Paleo-Hebrew. In the Book of Jubilees. You know what I'm saying? And other places. So that's the Zadokites. They were the Zadokites. That's why it talks about the teacher of righteousness, the teacher of the Zadoks. That's why it's James the Zadok, the Zadokwa in the Hebrew. They were the ones that kept the charge. They kept everything going. They tried to preserve everything while everything was all messed up. They were trying to do what we're doing now. You know, they're trying to preserve the Most High's temple and his teachings and his knowledge and his wisdom amongst an unclean people, defiled people. We're amongst devils, bro, and we're trying to fucking keep the laws, and it's these dudes is oppressing us. You know what I'm saying? They don't let us do anything.
Yes, sir.
They want you to go barefaced, man. They want you to bear your shame. You know what I'm saying? All Lexwell style, just shave your freaking face off because you don't meet a quota or some shit, man. You know, homie, Jay, you know what I'm saying, man? Make him shave his face for work and shit. They're like, oh, yeah, you gotta shave your face, you know? Yeah, that's basically making yourself...
You know, all these customs that they fucking impose on us, pretty much.
Yeah, I can't see
it's like, pretty much, you know, those days, like, gave it to us, like, through so many ways, dude.
Oh.
They just...
they pounded it into us, you know?
I don't even know how to explain
Pounding,
They fucking just, dude, they found everything. They found earth. They found the home.
They defiled the whole land, bro. The whole fucking land. Look at what they did to our people, bro. You know what I'm saying? You come down from your descendants come down from Mexico and stuff like that, deep Mexico and stuff like that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what's up, bro. You know what they do to the people down there. You seen the shit, bro. You seen what the Masons did firsthand, bro. The gold AKs and everything, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
fucking doing hits and shit.
Yeah, fucking Templars now. Caballeros.
Yep.
Luminarios, bro.
Luminarios, right?
Down there.
The Luminarios, is that what they call them?
Alumbrados.
Alumbrados, right? Yeah, see, and that's the Alumbrados. I'm glad you brought that up because that's what we're going to be talking about now. The Alumbrados is that's the first Illuminati that was started in Spain by Ignatius Loyola, who was a Jew, a Basque, right? He was a Jew, man, and Loyola was the one who started the Alumbrados, bro. And then they took that, and the Templars kind of took that over, and look at what they did down in Mexico. You saw it yourself. They just roll up, stop people, pull them out, and cap them with some gold AKs, bro. And what were they not rocking the Templar cross too?
Their rings and their watches.
They had rings on and stuff too, right?
Their necklace, all their jewelry.
Yeah, man.
Are they like the Templars? Are they the new Freemasons?
The Templars is a part of it. They're like a part of the Catholic Church. The Templars are like they're called the poor man's because the Knights Templars were big, but then they stripped them. That's where Friday the 13th comes from. Because in October, Friday the 13th, in October one year, that's when the Catholic Church went and yoked up all the Knights Templars, bro, and they like put them through an Inquisition, and they like killed most of them, and the rest of them fled, and then they got Jacques de Molay, the leader, and they like tortured him and did all kinds of stuff to him. That's where they got them to admit that they were like peeing on crosses and like sacrificing to Bafi and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like they were doing some wicked shit, bro.
Yeah.
And
Christians were too.
oh yeah, bro. The whole thing was crucial, but that's why they tried to put it all on them. It's like a scapegoat. They used the Templars as like a scapegoat, as Azazel, right? And then they reinstituted them, but now they just use them as like the military arm. You know what I'm saying? Like the Knights Templars are like the military. They're part of the Jesuits. Like you're kind of.
They're the ones that are physically going around doing things.
Yeah, just punking people. They're the drug cartels. You've seen it yourself, dog. You seen it.
CIA.
The cartels, the international criminal organizations,
Right?
fucking, what are they called? Narcos?
The narcos or what? Bro.
Chapo Guzman, dude.
Hey, who was that fool that escaped prison? Was that Guzman? Was that who that was? That Chapo.
I saw some shit on Facebook about Chapo, and I didn't really quite get it till
Yeah, that was supposedly the dude. They hire a bunch of bruised down. Half of them aren't even bruised, but yeah, they go around freaking putting puppets. You know what I'm saying? Those puppets, but really when it's behind it, because you've seen it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Them Jesuits pop out. Them Templars pop out. Them Alumbrados, the Illuminati pop out. Start capping people with gold AKs, yo. With red crosses on and shit, right? Red Cross, Blue Shield.
Because they're the cops.
Yeah, they're the cops, the red and the blue,
I
man.
just can't see that. I can't see that.
Yeah, it's
Like they're supposed to be good guys, but at the same time they're bad guys. Like, dude, what the fuck?
that's how it is. They use they use the cops as like those are the centurions, bro. How we were reading in the Acts, you know what I'm saying? That's the Roman centurions were the cops. Those were the popos, man. They fucking come in and wrangle your shit up, man. They come in, they call the damn centurions, and they tell them to come down, because centurion just means the captain of 100. So that's why they have the captains, you know what I'm saying, in the police squads. The ranking systems and shit like that. Yeah, exactly. And most of them fools is Mason. Well, all the high level cops are Masons. And then all the lower level cops, most of them are corrupt, and there's very few that are not. You know what I'm saying? Name one.
Probably
slowly, name one.
Probably slowly becoming corrupt.
Yeah,
if they are good.
Check this out. Every time I go to Mexico, I see some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Just put it that way. Like I don't go very often, bro.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Bro, we stopped going. We stopped going once we saw dudes rolling around in those like armored, desert Humvee things, and the dude was mounted on top with what are those?
Fucking machine gun.
Yeah, with the machine. What is it? What caliber is it? Like
Probably
50
well,
cal or some shit, man.
it could probably be a 50 cal, but most likely it's a heavier round. Even
Yeah,
if it is
dude.
a fucking isn't a 50 cal.
Either way, it'll shred your ass.
You see one of those?
Yeah, they were driving by, bro. And that was in the Americas Bridge, bro. You know where that's at, and over there by the Americas section over there in Juarez, bro. Even over there in like the richer section, bro. They were driving by the Burger King and shit, cruising in their freaking little Humvees, bro, with the all mounted up. We were like, nope, never coming back here again, man.
Straight up military?
Straight up military, dude. Yeah.
So, like soldiers, like,
Yeah, yeah, soldiers, man, on the back of them shits.
Well, if it was soldiers, then it's probably 50 cal.
That's what I'm saying. Every time I go down there, I see shit like that, dude. It's scary, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we'd be driving down Chihuahua, like at 12 at night, and then you see, like, 2 cops and, like, a fucking, like, like one of those, like, Jeeps.
Yeah, yeah.
And gunner in the back chasing, like, a car or some shit. Or something like that.
Damn, man. See, it's just
How did I get in?
all hell broke loose down there, man. They're persecuting, or they're killing the people. They're going from village to village, just slaughtering everyone, to where everyone's trying to form like militias and shit down there just to
Either
protect
that or
themselves.
They're scared shitless and don't want to do
It's so
anything
sad,
about
dude.
it.
Yeah,
It's pretty sad, dude.
yeah,
I thought
well,
it was supposed to be a country.
Yeah. But that's what you get, cause who's on the go away, kitty? Who's on the flag? What's on the Mexican flag? The eagle, bro. Freaking Esau, dude. Just a brown eagle. It's still an eagle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Esau could try to hide himself, but he still can't hide himself.
Color.
So,
There are
yeah.
different color eagles out there.
Yeah, there's different colored Edomites out there, but it's still
But
Edomites.
that is crazy that all you have to do is change the color of something and people will buy it, just like the damn Christ shit.
Oh, right?
They go from the white Christ to the black Christ, and they think it's a difference.
It's okay as long as you paint it a different color.
Yeah.
Like, it's alright, just, you know, it's black.
Gender equality.
Yeah, that's all that stuff, man, that, you know, it's
It doesn't matter what
perversion.
color you are. It's okay.
Yeah, that racial equality, that whole freaking, that, and, you know,
That's all masonry right there.
it's masonry, dude.
It's all fucking mystery school shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, dude. That's what the Masons preach, dude.
Yep. That's what they're all about.
Fucking
They're all about
equality, fraternity,
oh yeah, the liberty, equality, fraternity, like in the synagogue of Satan. That's what they're all about, bro. They're about, you know, they're all about this weird Illuminati. Okay, because like I got some information here. In fact, look, I'm gonna pull off the camera now and bring some stuff in that. Like keep adding, keep interjecting, you guys. Whatever you have something to say, say it. Let's see. We have Illuminati and Satanism info, right? Okay, the way Satanism is set up, the Illuminati, they're set up like a pyramid scheme, right? Basic structure of Satanists. Yeah, I know, right? Control over Gnostic religions. So everything's Gnosticism to these guys, which is like hidden knowledge. 2 religious systems. One for the masses, one for the initiates, right? And this is based on hidden knowledge. So you have the broad masses, the initiates, the cover or the ruling body, and then the key men, which are Satanists. It's like a piece of like a pie, like a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? It's like the outer layer, the inner layer. But so this is like Islam, Judaism, Christianity, Buddhism. Yeah, because all them religions are Gnostic religions. You know what I'm saying? Like they all, oh, you know, we have this knowledge, but we'll give you this much knowledge, and then you do this, this, and that, and then we'll give you more. You know what I'm saying? You pay this or you do that, and you join a congregation, and yeah, and do all that stuff, right? You have to do this, this, and that, and it's like, nah, man, like knowledge should just be free, bro. You should just be teaching whatever levels everybody's at. That's just what you should be pumping out. You know what I'm saying? But you know, okay, so like for example, the Jehovah's Witnesses, right? They're set up first. It's the great crowd. That's what they call like everybody, the normal people, right? And then there's the anointeds, then the governing body. Then the key men, which is Nathir Salih, an Iraqi Jew. See, and this is a little bit back in the day. I got this information from Fritz Springmeier's books, The 13 Illuminati Bloodlines and Be Wise as Serpents. Go check them books out. I have them on PDF. This is just the notes that I had taken on it, because I do not have a computer right now. So anyway, so like the Catholics, the way the Catholics are set up, it's the laity, or the lay people, the clergymen, right? Then you got the cardinals, and then you've got the key men, which is like the Pope, right? The bishops and shit. Then you got the Mormons. The way the Mormons are set up, you got the Aaronic priesthood. Then you got the Melchizedek priesthood. Then you've got the LDS headquarters, and then you've got the key men, which are like their ruling. And then there's also a thing called the spin principle. Look that up. SPIN. Look up the spin principle. That's what they use to like to create religion after religion after religion. This is why you find like a different church on every damn freaking corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you got Baptist church here, this here, that here. What, you got something? You heard that before somewhere?
Spinning the Hebrew.
Yeah, and then they spin the like a web, like the Charlotte's Web. You know what I'm saying? Like the spiders, man. It doesn't System of a Down have a song called Spiders, right?
Yep, those motherfuckers.
Is that pipa?
Church, bro, is wearing
The pipa.
with Christ.
Yep. Christ. Okay, here we go. Illuminati control of monotheistic religions through mystical, right, groups. So this is how they control all these so-called monotheistic religions, right? They claim that they worship one God. They're controlled by mystical groups, right? And they use them as like a cover. So basically, they use Islam as a cover for Sufism. They use Judaism as a cover for Sabbatism, Frankism, and communism. We're going to get into Sabbatism and Frankism. Then you've got the Roman Catholics. That's the shield for the Jesuits. The Jesuits are really what controls the Roman Catholics. And then you've got Protestantism, which is controlled by Freemasonry. Okay, so here's some things. These are just some things everyone should look up. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of go, Manly P. Hall. We know Manly P. Hall, 33rd degree Mason, greatest philosopher, called Masonry greatest philosopher, wrote Secret Teachings of All Ages. I always bring that book out. And then you have Lucius Trust, which is called the Lucius Publishing, which works for the UN, right? Check that out. Look up Lucius Publishing, formerly known as Lucifer Trust and Publishing. So first it was called Lucifer, but then they changed it to Lucius, which is the same fucking shit. Headed by Alice Bailey, or was headed by Alice Bailey. We all know who Alice Bailey is, right? Don't you have a book from Bailey? Is that who you have a book for? Or no, for Blavatsky.
Blavatsky.
You got the Isis Unveiled, right? Yeah, everyone needs to check that out too. Well, if you can handle, if you guys know how to go through the Masons and decipher, and if you have the shield, man, if you're able to withstand, if you're able to stomach the shit, check it out. If not, then, if it's not your lot, it's not your lot. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High made my beef strong, so we gonna rock it hard, Okay, Freemasonry, right, will be the universal religion. That's from Alice Bailey's Externalization of the Hierarchy, right? It says, also quoted by Benjamin Grimm. She created over 140 New Age religions. So check out Alice Bailey. She says that Masonry is going to be the universal religion because in Masonry, who did they worship? Lucifer. Right, and then we got Ancient Mystical Oriental Freemasonry by Kleiner, a high-level Mason. He says that all the ancient mystery religions were controlled by Freemasonry in ancient form. So it wasn't called Freemasonry back then, but they still controlled it. Basically, there's been a supreme ruling body controlling all the mystery schools since ancient times, since Nimrod, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, people act like everything isn't controlled, man. People act like nothing is, we live in the Matrix, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they know to an extent, but they ignore it.
Oh yeah,
Because
people love to. You want a little more quantity?
They're gilded cages.
You gonna do that too? Building cages? Oh man, them FEMA camps or the mental cages.
The gilded cages.
The gilded cages. Oh man, they already got people. They got shit. We had some brother man tell us that he was all right being a slave as long as they let him live in a golden cage with things. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are just so complacent with their shit.
And then one guy.
Which one?
The one that he said, I'm okay with being a slave.
Oh, Bag, man? Yeah, Bag was all fucking... Yeah, I even asked him, I was all, bro, are you okay with being a slave? He's like, yeah, man, I'm cool.
I'm fine with it.
It's like, what? How could you be fine with being a slave, homie? What? Like, obviously, your forefathers weren't in chains. because it was an Edomite dude. But anyways, Illuminati is the continuation or reorganization of the ancient mystery religions. So that's all Freemasonry is. Albert Pike, we know, known as the Pope of Freemasonry. He is the head of Freemasonry. He was the head of Freemasonry in his day. He wrote Morals and Dogma, what you receive and carry around when you reach the 32nd degree. Okay? And everybody from the 30th degrees ups, they read that. Some little fact about the Boston Tea Party. There was a revolt started by the Masons because Britain lowered taxes. Their illegal tea wasn't making money anymore, and at the Grand Dragon Inn, they decided to dress like native Indians and overthrow 10 ships, right? So this is what they mocked. They dressed like natives, and then they like pretended that natives like, you know, freaking went and dumped all kinds of tea and shit off the fucking harbor. Okay, so we got Masons. They are responsible for the Revolutionary War. You got that Manly P. Hall on you right now, huh? Is that what you're reading? Yep. Is that what it is?
Yeah, no, it's Morals and Dogma.
Morals and Dogma? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what I meant. Yeah, you had the Manly P. Hall earlier. That's the Morals and Dogma. See, Brother Darash got a hard copy of, want to bring it over here just so people could see the cover? Want to bring it over here real quick? I just don't want to, like, blast you on camera and stuff. Check it. Look. Oh, Morals and Dogma, Albert Pike. Okay. So anyway, so well studied in this household. Let's see. We got, look. The Masons were responsible for the Revolutionary War. 33 out of the 35 signers of the Declaration of Independence were Masons. You could find that information out in that damn movie. What's that? National Treasure. The 13 Illuminati bloodlines. We have the Astors, the Bundys, the Collins, the Bundys, right? The DuPont, Ted Bundy, the Freemans, so Morgan Freeman, Kennedy. So I wouldn't be surprised if Morgan Freeman was actually a Jew. Kennedys, right? The Lees, the Onassis, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Russells, right? The Merovingian bloodline that claims Christ's descendants, right? And then you have the Van Duns. And then the Collins family, right? Francis Collins was a witch. He came over with the Puritans from England. These witches started the Unitarian Church, which established Harvard and Yale, and the Unitarians are the ones that started humanism as well, atheism. So witches, man, your Collins family, the 13 Illuminati bloodlines, they're the ones that started Harvard, Yale, the Unitarian Church, which started humanism, which is what they teach in the public schools, and they also which led to atheism, even more hardcore, more widespread, you know?
All the places you'd like to send your children for schooling.
Right? Everywhere where we like to send our kids, right? The Collins family intermarried with the Grant family. Yes, that's right. Hiram, that's right. His name was Hiram. Hiram Ulysses Grant was a descendant of the general of the Civil War. His descendant, General Earl Grant Wheeler, was the head of the Vietnam War, which was contrived to get American troops hooked on drugs and smuggling drugs into the U.S. And a descendant of that Wheeler guy is Bill Clinton, showing you that all these fools are related. That these are their sons. Everybody that's in office, it's like a family thing, man. It's like a bloodline.
The same last name doesn't mean they ain't family.
Right? Barack Obama and
cousins that are different names. I'm sure you all do too.
Right? And see, and that's like with the Bushes and the Obama, man. Obama's actually related to the Bushes, but nobody tells you that shit, you know? It's through his mom's. His mom's is a Jewish Edomite, you know? So look, okay, we got Ulysses S. Grant, right? Started out as a drunk private to supreme commander of the Union in 3 years. So from 3 years, he went from a drunk private to the commander. He later became president, right, and had 8 Masons in his cabinet, one of which was Columbus Delano, forefather of FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Another was Alfonso Taft, the forefather of Bill Clinton. Oh, Slack. I thought it was Grant. It was Taft, actually. The Alfonso Taft is where Bill Clinton comes from, Slack. Bundy family, right? Been advisors for presidents numerous times, and the head of the Manhattan Project. And the Manhattan Project, which had to do with the nuclear bomb, right? The so-called nuclear bomb testing, basically doing rituals to try to summon demons, right? Fallen angels. And they tested that shit here in White Sands. They call it White Sands. Missile range, you know, that's where they dropped the bomb. Abraham Lincoln. His mother was Nancy Hanks, who was seeded by A. Springs in Lincoln Town, North Carolina. Springs was a descendant of the Rothschild who changed his name from Springsteen. Lincoln was a Rosicrucian and part of the Order of the Lily. He married into the Todds, part of the Collins family, right? Salmon P. Chase was his secretary, right? The Chase Manhattan, right? Chase Manhattan. Okay, so he's on the $10,000 bill. Chase Manhattan, because they do have bills like all crazy like that. They have like crazy ass bills like that, bro, that they don't like give to people. You know what I'm saying? But they do have like bank was named after him, Morgan P. Chase. He introduced a national bank graduated income tax. So, congratulations, Chase. Chasing your ass down for money. Oh, them niggas money, man. Okay, so there is a temporal power among the Illuminati, represented by the financial families, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, right? They also have a symbolic head represented by the fruit of the ancient bloodline, which is Queen Elizabeth today. They worship the mother. That's the Queen Mother. That's their mother worship. They have the King of the Jews and they have the Queen of the Jews. And the Queen of the Jews is Mary, the Virgin Mary, which is Queen Elizabeth, the Virgin Queen, right? It says, she's the holy grail or vessel carrying the holy blood, the culmination of centuries of intermarriage with the Kabbalistic bloodlines. Ooh. The Queen is Grand Patroness of Freemasonry, head of the Order of the Garter, right? Like how people put on the wedding garter, right? Parent organization of over Masonry worldwide. So the parent organization is Order of the Garter, and Queen Elizabeth is head of the Order of the Garter. When a Mason becomes a 33rd degree, he swears allegiance to the OG, to the Order of the Garter. This is why they call you an OG, man. You're an Order of the Garter, man. You know what I'm saying? OG Kush. Nah, they perverted the Quana. Illuminati compromises of a Supreme Council represented by the Rothschilds. So the Rothschilds are their representatives. They own half the wealth of the world. Okay, this is some excerpts from B. Wise's Serpents. Okay, Masonry is going to be the New Age one world universal religion. John A. Weiss, M.D., wrote Obelisks and Freemasonry. He stated all ancient priesthoods instructed and governed the primitive families and races were all by secret organizations, intercommunicated from the Indus to the Tiber, from the Nile to the Thames, so basically everywhere. Hence, Freemasonry has always existed by whatever name. So, again, Masonry's existed. Albert Pike, Freemason, wrote Morals and Dogma. We showed that. Stated Masonry is identical to the ancient mysteries. Only the highest degrees of Masonry, 30 to 33rd degrees, know everything. All lower levels are deceived and taught to believe everything is revealed in the blue degrees, right? Templar.
Did tell me about that.
The blue
I
degrees?
just barely got to that.
You just barely got to that now where he starts talking about the blue degrees, how they deceive everyone from the blue degrees?
Yeah, because he said it's like, well, they just switch. They just switch it to Catholicism, Christian shit.
Yeah.
So like he starts talking about the Savior and shit.
That's it, and then he'll tell you later that that's Lucifer. He'll tell you that they lie to everyone, and they say that it's whatever Savior, but then later he'll tell you that it's really Lucifer. So you're getting to the good shit now. Okay, so Templars are unintelligent. So remember the Templars, right? They are called the unintelligent, unsuccessful Jesuits. So that's what Albert Pike calls the Templars. Unintelligent, unsuccessful Jesuits. So basically they're just like the strong arm. They're the punks. They're the, hey, you go do this and I'll give you money, you know? The Mother Council of the World in the South Jurisdiction of the U.S., the Orient in Charleston, South Carolina. So the Mother Council of the World is in South Carolina. Alice,
I just happened to turn to that page.
Look, just happened to Sublime Prince of the Royal Secret. Look at that. The androgen, man. Rebus. Rebus. Look, the square and the compass. You've got the fucking stars, man. Look at that. They perverted the shield. He's standing on top of the dragon with the winged sun disk, man. This is wicked. This is wickedness, man. Look at that. Man, Bruce
I haven't highlighted it.
Bruce Jenner.
Dude, it goes with the lesson.
Look, the Gnostic science of the ancient Magi was concealed under the shadows of the ancient mysteries. It was imperfectly revealed, or rather disfigured by the Gnostics. So see, that's what the so-called myths are.
Yeah.
It is guised at under the obscurities that cover the pretended crimes of the Templars. So see, that's to the obscure, and it is found enveloped in enigmas that seem imperturbable in the rites of the highest masonry. Oh, look, there's Orpheus, right? Morpheus, Confucius. See, right there, he talked. This is, we're not joking around, man. This shit's, we did our research, man. We got the books, we got the shit. Oh, so they're unsuccessful. That's why you saw them Templars down there, man. They're just doing the dirty work. Alice Bailey, 32nd Degree, wrote Externalization of the Hierarchy, in which she says, sorry for the horrible handwriting too. I write very fast shorthand and I get crazy. But I just wanted to share this with the class. In which she says, you could go look all this up yourself. The outline of the Church Universal shall appear by the end of the 20th century. She has 24 New Age books. The organization Lucis Trust, formerly Lucius Trust, right? An arcane school. The Findhorn community. Einhorn. Oh, Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Community in Scotland. Started over 100 New Age groups. Worked for the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare in 1958. They let this bitch work for the Department of Health and Education and Welfare, man. Alice Bailey. She states her writings were given to her by the Great White Brotherhood. Her other Masons, such as Manly P. Hall, her and other Masons, right, say that the Great White Brotherhood direct Masonry. And I've exposed the Great White Brotherhood as being fallen angels. They go to fallen angels. Okay, now we go to the USSR cooperation, right? Right? What does it say? Books by Anthony Sutton have well-documented evidence of technology swaps, as well as FDR's son's, James Roosevelt, right, book, alleging atomic technical swaps. Space Race was orchestrated to fuel American and Masonry to go to the moon. President Kennedy said whoever got the flag to the moon first would be the leader of mankind on Earth. And that's what they say, is that the first so-called flag on the moon was Masonry. Communism's sponsoring organization during the 1860s was the Masonic Lodge. So Masonry funded communism, and they also funded the fake Cold War between the U.S. and Russia, because they're both Edomite-controlled nations. Russia is Magog, but Magog is controlled by the Rosh, is controlled by Esau. And Esau's kingdom, which is Russia, and their eastern kingdom and their western kingdom of America, right, of Babylon, are going to destroy each other. Well, Russia's going to destroy America, and then Russia's going to get destroyed itself. It's written of in 2nd Esdras, I believe the 12th and 13th chapters, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 14, or no, 14 and 15 and 16, I don't know, but it's in there. I'll go over it, I'll break it down. It's another video. H.G. Wells, right? H.G. Wells, ties with Freemasonry and the Fabian Socialists. He was upheld as a prophet by Masons for prophesying that men would land on the moon. Wells felt that the NWO, the New World Order, the Jew World Order, would succeed because they controlled the air and the sea. The shape of things to come and the modern utopia both spell out the air-sea dictatorships, right? Wells also said the winged globe, the emblem of the Illuminati, is to become the emblem of the New Order. So they want the winged sun globe as their emblem. You know what I'm saying? The New World Order. H.G. Wells, that's why they love that 1984 book and all that shit, right? So next we got the Black Nobility. Oh shit, I accidentally pushed the zoom. Oh, zoom out. We got the Black Nobility, a group of nobles tracing back to the Roman emperors. So the Black Nobility is the old Roman emperors. Many royalty in Europe belonged to this group. Knights of Malta helped to continue the group's cohesion. So the Knights of Malta helped to protect the Black Nobility, which the Knights of Malta come from the Catholic Church. They have an allegiance with two groups, the Jewish bloodlines of the House of David and the group of international bankers who practice Satanism. The Jewish bloodline, right? Considered not only to be the House of David, but also contains the royal blood of Jesus. They are preserved by the secret order of the Priory of Zion. So the Jewish bloodline is protected by the Priory of Zion, and the Queen Elizabeth and the 13 Illuminati bloodlines are part of that. Now we have Satanists, international bankers, right? Actively work through the Illuminized group, or the Illuminati. The Bilderbergs, the outer group of the three groups, consisting of 500 people who meet once a year. So the Bilderberg's like an outer group. Everybody's all, oh, Bilderberg, Bilderberg. Bilderberg's like a shell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get to the meat, man. You got to get to them Jews, man. Them Amalekites. All about them Amalekites, man. The Rosh.
It's just like how they celebrate Christmas and they give presents in big ass boxes and you open this smaller one and the smaller one.
Yeah.
Like
What's those little dolls, man? Those little Mexican dolls where they have the cut. It's like the little doll, and then inside the doll, and then inside the doll, and then inside the doll. You know what I'm saying?
Like
or Dutch or whatever. Yeah, but they have some from Mexico that they like. Yeah, I'm just thinking of the ones that you see in the mercados and shit. You know. I don't know. But anyway, we have the center of power. Geographically resides in Great Britain, in the City of London. Look up the City of London. The City of London is its own entity. The City of London, it's its own, like, country within a country, right? There's London, and then there's the City of London. Now we have the Orders of the Illuminati, Order of the B'nai B'rith. Strictly Jewish membership, all right? So the B'nai B'rith, man, that's where, like, a lot of the things come from. Strictly Jewish membership, right? Purpose is to organize and unify and direct the Jewish people, directs Christian clergymen and Masons. The militant arms are the JDL, which is the Jewish Defamation League, and the ADL, which is, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, where the people are like, oh, you're anti-Semitic, you're anti-Semitic. That's where it comes from, the JDL, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that'll come and punk you. Those are the lawyers of the Jews and shit that'll try to come and punk you if you try to speak out against them and shit, you know? Those are the ones that try to make you afraid. We don't have fear. You know why we don't have fear? You know why the Most High told us not to be afraid? First off, we're not to be afraid because we're not to fear anybody except for the Most High Yahweh. First off. Second, you know why we're not supposed to fear? Because they feed off of fear. Because fear is what the fallen angels and the demons, the evil spirits, the souls of the giants, right? That's what they feed off of. What does Enoch tell us? It tells us that they hunger, but they can never fill themselves. They thirst, but they can never quench it, right? They feed off of our evil energy. This is why they have to terrorize people and keep people afraid and angry and sad and hopeless. It's like in Harry Potter with the soul sucker things, the ones that go, what are they called? The damn, whatever, I don't know, whatever they're called. But you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what they do. They suck the life out of you. That's why they have to get people afraid when they do their rituals, right? They get people all scared shitless, and then they get them and they sacrifice them because it gives off energy. First off, they get the blood, right? They get the blood, which has the life, and it has adrenaline, and they get high off of it. That's what adrenochrome is and stuff like that, what they talk about in the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That adrenochrome. And so they get everybody high off the adrenochrome. They get high off the blood. This is what the physical aspect of it. The Masons, the vampires, right? These vampires and werewolves and shit. These motherfuckers get high off the blood. These reptilians drink the blood, right? These Amalekites, they drink the blood and they get high off the blood, and it lets them link in with that with their fallen ones to be able to communicate with them. You know what I'm saying? And the fallen ones feed off of the energy that's produced from the ritual. And that's what blends the wavelengths. That's what blends the radio stations together to where they can summon these things.
And that's what makes their wavelength stronger.
Yes, that's what makes them stronger, is the fear. They have to have you afraid. It's like what Shara is always saying. My wife, Shara, she's always saying that with that movie, Jennifer's Body. I don't know if anybody's seen that with that damn, who's that bitch from Jennifer's Body? Huh? Megan Fox. Megan Fox, right? What does she say? I need you hopeless. I need you desperate. I need you whatever, because she becomes a succubus. And she starts sucking away the lives of men. And she's Jezebel. Yeah. It's that movie's about Jezebel's spirit, and it sucks away the energy, the life force, man. And she eats motherfuckers, bro. But first she has to get them scared. First they have to get you scared. That's why we cannot be scared. Whatever we see, whatever you see, Yashral, this is a warning right now. Whatever you see, do not be afraid. If you see aliens coming up the fucking sky, you see Jesus, you see whatever. I don't care what you see. Do not be afraid. and trust in Yahweh. Always depend on Yahweh no matter what you see, because it's about to get real and you're about to see some shit that you didn't even imagine.
Everything about to transform from the spiritual
to the physical. The physical realm, right? Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay, so now we have, so we have the Hermetic, right? The Hermeticism, Order of the Golden Dawn. I covered this when I went over the Kabbalism. Illuminated satanic group related to the OTO. This is what the Wizard of Oz belongs to, right? Reportedly directed by the Rothschilds, right? So it's directed by the Rothschilds. He works for the King of Babylon. Grand Council of Allied Masonic Degrees, the AMDGC, controls various allied degrees. Then you have the Grand Orient, almost global type of masonry based in Europe, blatantly occultic and sponsors revolutions. You have the Grand Group based at Oxford University. So at Oxford University, you have this thing called the Group. And it says members are part of the Illuminati British elite. Then you have the Jason Society. Branches, this is why Oxford produces the Apocrypha, and they have the scrolls. They have the manuscripts. They have all the shit. Fucking Oxford, man. Oxford and Cambridge and shit. They have all our stuff. And it says, and then the damn the Vatican. It says what? The Jason Society, a branch of the Order of the Quest. Johnny Quest or what? Very powerful in the U.S. Members sit on MJ12, a ruling body of the U.S. for the NWO. Look up MJ12. Jesuits Society of Jesus. Catholic branch of Illuminati performs black masses at high levels, turning Christianity into Marxism by liberation theology. A lot of churches teach what is known as liberation theology nowadays, especially black liberation theology. That's basically what the camps are teaching. Black liberation theology. They're getting everybody ready for the New World Order.
That MJ12, that Majestic 12, dealing with the aliens and
yeah,
shit.
Yeah. MJ12, man, Michael Jackson. Yeah, he had leprosy. Okay, so Knights of Malta, right, preserves cohesion for the black nobility, sister organization of the Club of Rome, right? Then you've got the Mitzrayim, right? Matzarium, of Freemasonry, and the Priory of Zion, two closely related groups guarding the future Messiah's lineage. Mitzrayim, right? Also exclusively Jewish. Wow, Egypt Jewish. They are the new Egyptian. Priory of Zion is primarily in Scotland, Britain, the U.S., Canada, and France. So basically, it's everything is run by the Jews from the Mitzrayim Rite, and then it goes to the Priory to Zion, and then, trickles down. Palladium Rite extends globally. The Super Rite sold out to Lucifer and controls Freemasonry behind the scenes. So the Palladium Rite is what controls everything. So it goes up in a line, you know what I'm saying? Independent Order of Oddfellows, okay? Wait. Okay, yeah. The Oddfellows, designed for lower class, right, minorities, more of a fraternity. So that's where everybody belongs to. They either belong to the Boule or the Oddfellows, all the Hebrew Masons. So all of them, Buffy throwing celebrities and all that shit, yeah, they belong to the Oddfellows or they belong to the Boule.
But you see that it's always a good side and a bad side to everything, because the word odd, die.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, exactly. So they even played on that Han, right? Halala Yahweh, right? So check it out. Oddfellows, the Order of Oddfellows. Odd links in with the Hebrew word Adai, which means a master of space and time, right? So they know we are the Adai. They know we are the Odd. We are the Oddfellows, man. See how they do? Damn, man. Order of the Quest, right? Preserves the NWO plan. Scroll of the Key Fraternity. Secondary group at Yale. Sister group to the Wolf's Head, right? Then you got the Skull and Bones Order from Russell Trust, based at Yale. One source of American leadership, right? Part of the leader of the Brotherhood of Death. Most initiates descend from the Puritan families. So all the Puritans were just a bunch of witches and wizards that came down here
and started the virgin daughter Babylon. The Chaldeans. They were the Chaldeans that came from Britain and came to start Babylon. And they show you this in their you know the women like to watch them damn shows with the vampires and the werewolves. What are them shows? What are them damn shows? Vampire Diaries and all that crap, right? Vampires and werewolves. What do they always tell you in those shows, though? They always tell you that the vampires and the werewolves are rich ass people, or mainly the vampires. They're rich people, and the wizards are rich people that own small towns, and they go back to the Puritan families. That's who those Puritans were, the Quakers and shit. The Quackers, man, the Crackers, man. Those motherfuckers was goddamn witches and wizards and shit, man. You know? Quaker oats, man. The Cracker oats, the Esau's oats, Esau's false oats, you know? Probably put babies in that shit. Huh?
Probably did.
Yeah, I probably did.
Moloch.
Right, Moloch all day, dude. Thiel Society, based in Germany, right? Recruited Adolf Hitler. Yeah, get whatever you need. Get whatever you need. Your house is your house, you know? The Thiel Society, based in Germany, recruited Adolf Hitler, right? Swastika used by them. Their offshoot is the Nazi Party. So the Thiel Society is what gave birth to the Nazis. Then, huh?
No water, dude.
Oh, I know. We gotta go get waters. We're supposed to go to the store here in a few. Okay, so we got the York Rite Sovereign College, YRSC. Partial Supreme Council for the York Rite, organized into at least 57 colleges. Detroit, Michigan is the headquarters. So a lot of the colleges are linked up with the York Rite Sovereign College. So congratulations, all you college people. I went to college for a couple of years, and yeah, it was some bullshit. We have a lot more to go over. Sorry if this is boring or whatever. I just wanted to share this so everybody has information. Scottish Rite, started by the Prior of Zion, Grand Master Charles Radcliffe in 1727 to 1746. Radcliffe was an unknown superior to German nobleman Bontenkarl Gottheiff, right? Some shit, von Hund, 1722 to 1776, who started the Rite of Strict Observances. He sent Stephen Murin to Jamaica, who taught Jew Moses M. Hayes, who started the Rite of Perfection in Charleston, South Carolina. So they had holds in Jamaica. So this is why they have everybody off on Jah worship in Jamaica. They're the ones that probably got off everybody in the Haile Selassie shit. They're linked in with the Ethiopians, man. They're in cahoots with them, man. You know what I'm saying? They're a confederacy. Which only had 25 degrees at first. Then in 1802 it had 8 degrees and became the Scottish Rite. Initiates progress from the Scottish Rite to the Mitzrayim Rite, which ties into the Priory de Zion. Upper degrees of Scottish Rite are lower degrees of the Priory de Zion, according to M. Jean-Luc Chamel, right? So basically, once you get to the 30th degrees, then you're basically initiated to the Priory de Zion, or if you're Jewish, you go to the Mitzrayim Rite. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't just end with 33rd degree. Presidents are 33rd degree Masons, and they take orders. You know what I'm saying? Goes back to that Great Red Brotherhood, right? And then it goes up to the Great White Brotherhood, which is them fallen angels. Okay, then you've got Charleston, South Carolina, capital of Freemasonry, has the largest Jewish population in 1800 in any U.S. city. The Scottish Rite Sublime Grand Lodge of Perfection, right, 1783. The Order of Palladium, or the Palladian Rite, in 1730, also founded in Charleston. The 3 original founders of the Mother Supreme Council Rite in Charleston were Jews. What's up, bud? Yeah, go ahead. Do whatever. Where Charleston were Jews: Abraham Alexander, Moses C. Levi, and Israel D. Liefen. Charleston, South Carolina, known as Cradle of Reformed Judaism. So check that out. Charleston, South Carolina is known as the cradle of Reformed Judaism. Reformed Judaism's founder, Isaac Harvey, is called the Pallas Athena. According to Jewish author Max Dimmons, the Jews in America, Charleston, also the place where the Civil War began. So Charleston is where the Civil War began. Pallas Athena. Pallas Athena also means spear shaker, which is what Shakespeare, that's what Francis Bacon called himself, the spear shaker. In fact, we might, I think the notes come up on that. Masons accompanied the Christian princes in the Crusades. Mason Haynes Solomon, 1740 to 1785, a New York Jew, helped finance the American Revolution. While he financed the colonies, the Rothschilds made mad cash with their deal with Elector Hesse, who rented German troops to Britain. And like I said, sorry for the notes. These are literally years old. Like, these are years. These are some old notes, man. This is some old stuff. Benjamin Franklin, Jew, right? He was a Jew who was in the occult, right? Master Mason in the Lodge of France. So he was the Master Mason of the French Lodge. Important to U.S. Masonry, according to the book Benjamin Franklin and the Freemason by Julius Sachs. Franklin founded the American Philosophical Society. A Rosicrucian, he helped to push the letters of Junius that were written by Reverend James Wilmot, 1726 to 1808, a Mason first to publicly name Bacon's as the real Shakespeare. So see, he was the first to publicly name Bacon as the real Shakespeare, which Shakespeare is Pallas Athena, which links in with the Palladian Rite, okay? Francis Bacon. I've done videos on this. Go look up my, what's the video? Israel Loves Bacon, if you want to break down on the King James Bible. Sir Francis Bacon, Viscount of St. Alban, secret first son of Lord Robert Dudley and Elizabeth Tudor's secret marriage. He was known as the Mason, by the Masons as Pallas Athena or Spear Shaker. His book Atlantis was formerly known as the Land of the Rosicrucians. He played a leading role in establishing, and Atlantis links in with it's basically code for ancient Babylon. I also broke that down in one of my videos. I'll do it again if I have to. He played a leading role in establishing the colonies, especially in Virginia and the Carolinas and Newfoundland. His descendants moved to Virginia in 1635, where his descendants, Harry Blount, took the name Nathaniel Bacon, who was the master mason that led Bacon's rebellion prior to the Revolution. He wrote all the poetry by the pen name William Shakespeare. Spear Shaker is Pallas Athena. Also proofread the KJV Bible. He had it for over a year, and the KJV Bible is Masonic. Now we have the Ancient Order of Oriental Templars, or the Ordo Templi Orientis, OTO, modern known group of the Illuminati, initiates of 10 times leader. Okay, so let's see. Oh, can you read my own shit? Initiates of 10 times leaders, members of most other rites. So basically, 10 times they produce 10 times more leaders than everybody else. Sorry, my notes are kind of crazy. Aleister Crowley, 33% Scottish Rite, was one of the leaders of the OTO, who was considered one of the world's leading Satanists. He openly worshipped Satan and performed black masses. Now we have Mithraism, known today as Gnosticism. It's so close to Masonry that Masonry is called Mithraism's continuation. Got famous, right? It got spread and famous around the 1st century, which is the Mithraism was big in the Roman Empire. The Roman emperors and stuff, they're the ones that got Mithraism real good, and that's just all Jesus is. The New Testament stuff is just Mithraism, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
it's the same shit.
Yep, it's all the same shit. Yep.
Relatively the same.
It says the book, The Hidden Life of Freemasonry by 33rd degree C.W. Leadbeater, talks about that once you reach the 30th to 33rd degrees of Masonry in the Scottish Rite, it becomes evident that Lucifer is their god. Others like Foster Bailey, 32nd degree, says that the Illuminati are spirit beings that help initiate them into becoming the light bearers, or Lucifer. So see, the spirit beings, or the Great White Brotherhood, the fallen angels, help to initiate them to being the Lucifers, or the light bearers themselves. Leadbeater says they use the triangle of adepts to summon angels, man. I'm telling you, that links in with Daniel, man. Watch, check it. Check this shit. I'm telling you, they be trying to summon the actual host of heaven, man. They're trying to summon and torture angels. Go check out that movie, man, that video. It's called Cigarette Burns. It's a part of the Masters of Horror from if I'm not mistaken, what's that guy that does all the scary movies and shit, man? John Carpenter? No, I don't know, but check it out, man. Look it up. I'll pull it up in another video probably, but check it out. So this is talking about Antiochus. Then the he-goat grew greatly, and its mightiest, the great horn, right? Alexander the Great, right? Was broken, and the semblance of four horns came up in its place. So the semblance, the resemblance of four horns, pointing toward the four directions of the heavens. One of them came from the one little horn, which grew exceedingly southward, eastward, and toward the coveted land. So this is Antiochus. It grew up to the host of the heavens. That's right, the host of the heavens. And it threw some of the host and some of the stars, which are the angels, man. The stars and the host are the same thing. Read Enoch. To the ground and trampled them. It exalted itself even up to the master of the host. And the word is shar, right? We're in verse 11. Where's 11? Oh. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? So, yeah, he's all passed out. Where is it at, man? We're on verse 11. To the master of the host. Look, verse 11. Shar, oh, right there, right off the bat. Wa'ad, right? Wa'ad, and it exalted itself. It became a master, tried to become a master of space and time, and that's why they tried to do that Babylon working ritual. One of the further disciples, further down the line, the disciples of Aleister Crowley, his name was Jack Parsons. He did a ritual that's what Area 51 was. It was a ritual in the desert called the Babylon working ritual, and they were trying to rip a hole open in space-time. They're trying to rip a hole open in the dimensions to summon shit, right? And that's what it means right there. Wa'ad, right? Wa'ad. Where? Hold on, maybe. Yep. Wa'ad, right? Shar. Ha-Zabah. Ha-Zabah. Zaba'awat, right? The legions. This is Zabah is just army. So the Shar, the prince of the army. Tried to live to the prince of the army, man. Who's the prince of the army? The prince of the army is Michael, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, go back to here. Look, they're trying to summon angels, the so-called adepts. Look at what it did. They to the prince of the host. Because of it, the daily offering was removed and the foundation of his sanctuary was thrown down. A set time will be allotted to the discontinuation of the daily offering because of sin and to throw the truth to the ground, and it will achieve and prosper. And that's what happened in the time of Antiochus. This was a prophecy for the time of the Maccabees. But anyways, look, the master of the host. So they even tried to pull down Michael, man. They even tried to exalt themselves and summon Michael, man. What the hell?
Summon our angel?
Yeah, man. What's wrong with these fools, right? What's wrong with these dudes, man? Check it. Goddess Pallas Athena, the sign of prudence, circumspection, used by Francis Bacon because of the double meaning in grand mythology. The spear shaker, or Shakespeare, is his pen name. Pallas Athena was known as Athena to the Greeks and Minerva to the Romans. Palladium rite was created by Albert Pike in 1884. So that's what it goes to Athena, man. They worship Athena. Let's see, how much do I have? I only have a couple more pages. I have 3, 5, 4. Damn, man, 5. Damn, so much notes. 6, man. Damn. I just have so many notes. I just want to bring all this out, huh? So much information for years and years. Jewish magicians. Harry Houdini, 32nd degree Shriner. Original name was Weiss, 1874 to 1926. Chaim Falk, Satanist, followers of Sabbatai Zevi, 1708 to 1782. Baron von Offenbach, a.k.a. Jacob Frank. Also Frederick Franz, a.k.a. Anton Mesmer, founder of hypnotism, right? Also known as mesmerism. Like I said, sorry, I was typing fast. Yeah, go ahead. Alright, man. Shalom. Be careful driving home and shit. Everybody say shalom to Brother Darash, man. He's gonna travel home. He's gotta go home. It's the night watch, but you know people gotta do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Be careful driving home, yo.
Yeah, dude.
Don't let them Amalekites bark at you, man. You know what I'm saying? Kahala Yahweh, man. You know what I'm saying? Shalom. Be careful.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Most High protect you. He got you back. He got you back. You know what? I think I'm gonna end this out and start another one, and we'll start off with the Theosophical Society. So, Shalom, Kahala Yahweh Zaba'at Akkad. Shema Yashua Yahweh Anahaya Yahweh Akkad. You know, Barak Hashem Yahweh Wa Akiam Wa Akwat. Aman Aman.